Hello everyone, how you doing? How you coping in these strange times? I'm Giles Yates and I'm an instructor at Daoshu Wudang Arts in Oxford, and we're a group that practices and learns Wudang, Qigong, Taiji and Gong Fu. And we've been training together as a group for about 5 years. I've been learning Wudang arts for 9 years this year, and we're preparing to go to Wudang next year, next September 2022. And this has been in the mix for a good while. And we can finally say, after many years of anticipation, that we hope to go to Wudang next year. But at the same time, it's been the most crazy, unprecedented series of years in the last few years. So it feels important to share a little video diary of our preparations as a group. So the plan is that there are around 8 to 10 of us who are intending to go to train with Zhong Shui Xiao, Master Bing, a 15th generation Sangfang Pai Wudang Master. We're going to go next September. But as it currently stands, because of COVID, there is no international travel to China. This is in January 2021 as I make this video. We're on our 3rd lockdown here in the UK. So we are trying to find a way forward to get Wudang ready in the strangest, most restricted of times. So I thought it would be kind of interesting to make a diary of our practices and our preparations as a group, as a club, Daoshu. And that'll include bits of me training, preparation, bits of our classes. So we normally train together as a group. There's about 15 of us at the minute, quite a good number in total. And we normally train every Thursday evening in Oxford in UK, in a rented church hall. But we had to stop doing that in March of last year, in the first lockdown. In summer of last year, when that eased, we were able to train in a socially distanced way in the parks, which we do. We train outdoors in the summer anyway. So that was good from June to September. Then September and October and the first bit of November, we were back indoors. Again, using 2 rooms so we could maintain 2 meters distance apart. So we had to adapt there. Luckily, I have an amazing assistant instructor in training, Sylvain Prudhomme. Perhaps you'll see him later on. And then we went into our 2nd lockdown in the UK. So we were back online. We tried some online training in the first lockdown. And so that's been a big learning curve for me. What kind of practices can we teach online when everyone's in a small room in their homes? As many of the Wudang community knows, our forms take a lot of space, so it's hard to teach that. So we'll be doing a lot of on-the-spot stuff, a lot of standing meditation, a lot of standing qigong, and in Gong Fu, lots of drills on the spot, kicks, punches, etc. We're going to back to doing more of that. So we had a little reprieve in December where we were able to get back a couple of times in hall, but now we're back into lockdown in UK now in January, and we're probably going to be here around a few months. So while nearly 10 of us are ready to up our training and get ready for China, we have to do it under very restricted conditions. we're not sure when we're able to fly to China. And if we'll be able to do that, hopefully by September next year we will. I'm hoping to go to Wudang for a few days at some point this year for some research. I'll tell you more about that another time, but I have no idea when that will be possible. Hopefully, if that becomes possible this year, I'll be able to include that in the diary and preparations. So like everywhere in the world, we're in restricted situations because of COVID. We are in Oxford. We're a Wudang school in Oxford in UK, and in Oxford one of the main vaccines has been created, and that's being rolled out in our primary healthcare centres this week. So there is hope in sight. But in the meanwhile, we just have to stick at it. And I'm sure many of you watching this know it's been really tough, right? It's tough for everyone. It's been tough as a community of Wudang martial arts practitioners. Everyone's restricted. No one can go to Wudang. I actually haven't been to Wudang since 2012 when I first trained with Master Bing. Going next year has always been the plan. 10 years after I went last time, haven't been able to go before because of family commitments and things like that. But I know many of you watching this go quite regularly and have been unable to do so. And I know the masters and the schools in Wudang feel the loss on their side too, not having worldwide visitors and students training with them. It's really tough for everyone. Also, additional, not to get too political here, but in the UK we are now no longer part of the EU. And while I've been unable to go to China, I've been training with disciples of Wudang masters in Spain and London, but I've felt this Chinese martial art has been a core expression of my European citizenship and my sense of community with my European family. At one point I was going to Barcelona every month to train to be a Wudang Tai Chi instructor, and I'm really feeling that break of the connection with the EU personally right now as well. So we have a virus, Brexit, and I know part of my Wudang family and my own family in America are struggling right now with really difficult times over there. So January 2021, really difficult times, but what can we do but train?